Hey guys, welcome to the newest episode of Bluray Tuesday with Terrell. Alright guys, so we're back for another week. I don't know, this week's been extremely long. I have my little spirit animal here because this is what I feel like I should be doing because I'm tired. I've been working a lot these past couple of days. Yeah, Christmas seems like the longest month of the year. And I don't know, it's flying by, but it's the longest month of the year. I don't know. But since the last episode, a lot of shit's kind of happened. Rest in peace to Kirstie Alley from Cheers. And one of my favorite films growing up, It Takes Two, if y'all seen it. It had Mary-Kate and Ashley, they switched places. And I guess Kirstie Alley was the mother of one of them. And they were trying to play matchmaker between Kirstie Alley and the Gutenberg guy. I forgot his name. Anyways, it was a fun movie. So it was kind of, I remember her from the whole fat actress. I think she became washed up, and then I forgot about her, really. And then she passed away. It's so sad. People are just dropping like flies nowadays. All right, and then we had R. Kelly release an album, everybody. R. Kelly. Why R. Kelly released the CDs from jail, I don't know. But he released an album called I Admit It. Bitch, we already knew what you did. So, we already knew. So he wanted to place this out. I guess he was bored in jail, and he had no one to piss on or no little young people to fuck. So I guess he had to, put out some music. Do what he does best. This man, let me tell you, he's a great artist. He made many, many hits, and, and he's kind of weird and a predator and gross and, locking bitches up and fucking them and, I don't know, young girls, taking them from their families. So he admits all this in the album. I only heard a clip it because I wasn't about to give him no coin by going to Spotify or Amazon or whatever to listen to his music. But he did. I heard a clip on the Shade Room. I follow them. And they were it says something about Aaliyah, and then how he really fucked that girl. He peed on her and all this stuff. And he put it into a song and made shit rhyme. It just ain't funny. And Lil Boosie, I'm looking at you sideways, Lil Boosie. I don't listen to your music. It might be Bootsy. But I will say that you in the car bumping and jamming to his music, talking about fucking some 14-year-old girl, that's suspect. And I'll give you the side eye. So Lil Boosie, y'all can read me in the comments. I don't know who that is. I just saw this man. I know he homophobic, but damn, fucking young girls, you bobbing your head to the music? Anyway, so Lil Bootsy, whatever the fuck his name is, he could jump in the lake. All right, moving on. R. Kelly. Oh, and mind you, I didn't finish. So R. Kelly, the album dropped. Everyone's talking about, what the fuck? Y'all gonna put this on Apple Music and Spotify and wherever you listen to your hits. And they took it off. So by the end of the day, a Shade Room came back and said everything disappeared. So I guess all the Karens came to play. And that shit is kind of weird. I don't know. I don't want to listen to that shit. I don't know. But he was great. He's a great vocalist. I'm not taking that from him. But he's kind of weird. That's it for that. All right. So this week, I'm excited for, I was excited. I like big theater experiences, and we're about to get into 3 movies that I watched this past week, but there's one that's dropping this week, Avatar, The Way of the Water, the sequel to Avatar. So I don't really remember the first one. Everyone's talking about, oh, such a great movie. And I'm just like, okay. So I found my Blu-ray. I had the old 3-disc version I posted today, and I put it on after a long day of work, so this is a bad idea. This is just 3 hours plus. And I put that on, I fell asleep. That shit was boring. I was very Homer Simpson. That shit was not good. And it is very Pocahontas, but Pocahontas is better, but with blue people. Blue Jar Jar Binks. You saw Star Wars? It's just a bunch of Jar Jar Binks running around. So, I don't know. Sigourney Weaver, whatever her name is, from Alien, she's in it. Zoe Saldana, love her. But I don't know, the movie's kind of boring. So I don't know. I'm really second-guessing my going to see the sequel. But I do want to see it. Because I like big theater experiences. I did not see the first one in theaters. I'm going to try to finish the first one. I only watched maybe 40 minutes of it, and I went KO. But bad time to watch it. Again, I was tired. But yeah. Let's get into some movies I watched this week. So, after last week, after I recorded Bluray Tuesday, me and the Overlook family went to go check out Another Hole in the Head again, the film fest here in the Bay Area. And they were playing a movie called Pig Killer. So, Pig Killer stars Jake Busey and Miss Bailing. And she plays this serial killer. I guess it's a real killer. I don't remember his name. But he's on a pig farm. He kill bitches and stuff. He pick up people like hookers and shit. And he rapes, kills, drugs them. And it's really an odd movie. I mean, it sounds fun on paper, right? So this is Another Hole in the Head. This is their regular, picture that they have on their website. And this is this year's poster. Cool little postcards. They give out posters if you go to the fest. But yeah, Another Hole in the Head, the 2022 Film Festival. Check it out. They've been showing some cool stuff. The Chucky documentary about the people who make the dolls. I missed that, but I did want to see that. So check it out. Check out the website. Check out the Instagram, Another Hole in the Head. But let's get back to the movie, Pig Killer. So this is with Jake Busey. Supposedly he was supposed to be there in the fucking function, but he didn't show up. But some other characters did. I'm gonna just tell you what I've seen. So again, I left. I don't usually leave theaters, but there was some circumstances. You messaged me. But anyway, so this movie. Okay, so it's 2 hours long. So that was red flag right there, bitch. The shit started at 9 o'clock. I work at 5, but bitch, so that was an experience. So it started, and it was just a crazy. You got to be in the right mindset too. And there's a lot of talking in this movie, let me tell you. But it opens up with him for what we missed. I think I missed it the first 5 minutes. But he ends up picking up this girl, Miss Bai Ling. This if y'all know her, you know her. I think she's well known back in maybe the 90s. But he picked her up, and she was like a hooker, right? And all I remember walking in, had my popcorn, sitting down, and she just going, no, sucky, no fucky without her money, right? And he was just like, he wanted her. I think he drugged her, and he was about to fuck her. He pulled out his dick. You see all the dick and shit. And then she's like, oh, no pussy, no money. And I was like, ooh. She's like, and then he started raping her. But the gag of the season, he was envisioning his mother. This is some fucked up shit. R. Kelly ain't got nothing on the Pig Killer. So he was envisioning the mom. She's like, ooh, fuck my pussy. And I was like, what the hell? Ooh. But anyways, so he did it. He was all inside her. But he had killed Bai Ling because he choked her out because she kept saying, no pussy, no money. It's because she want her money first. And he's like, oh no, I'm gonna fuck you first. So that happened. He kills her, but he's fucking her. But it was his mom that he was seeing. It was so gross. Ooh. And then he lives on this farm. He be chopping up pigs and shit. He picks up women and brings them here. I guess he killed a lot of women. But why would he go pick up women? All these bitches on the street is old. Bai Ling is old, but she ain't that old. Well, at least she didn't look old. You know, Asians, they reach they limit, then they get old, you know. But let me tell you. So the rest of them look old. They all had these wigs. Let me tell you, they had the little spirit store wigs on, them synthetic wigs, and they tried to look young. But he would pick up these old ass bitches. I don't know how that shit worked, but I don't know. And mind you, everyone in this movie was old. So I feel like, which is fine. But they all tried to look young, which was weird. There's one young girl. She was cute, this little cute young girl. She was at the beginning of the movie. She had her little storyline. She was doing her meth. She hated her stepmom, who looked like she wasn't even like that much older than her. And I guess her mom had died, and her dad was fucking this bitch while the mom was in the hospital. You know, very redneck and hillbilly-ish. And she didn't like her stepmom, and she was mad, so she went to go do some meth or some shit, and she overdosed. Anyways, we saw her, and then we forget about her because, bitch, another hour goes by, and that character never returns until the last hour. And then she pops up again. She full alive. She gets kicked out the house, and then she meets the Pig Killer. Pig Killer done killed a bunch of people throughout this movie since then. He had a weird-ass brother. He still sees his mom in little visions, very like Scream 5 with Sam and her daddy, Billy. But she sees, like, you know, or Dexter with his dark passenger. He sees the mom. The mom's like, oh, fuck her, kill her. She's the, you know, only me, only love me. So he be fucking girls thinking it's his mom, which is disgusting. But there's this one bitch, another old bitch, that thought she was young. Let me tell you, she was sucking this Asian man, and when she took it out her mouth, it was all deformed and nasty, and I guess apparently a pig had bit his dick, and I don't know, maybe it did wonders for him because it looked bigger than what I would expect. But she was sucking on that nasty war-ass dick, and then after I guess he came, and then she went to go kiss the guy on his cheek. That's nasty. She shook his hand. I would never. Disgusting. And then she had to use the ladies' room, so she goes to the trailer park of the killer, and she's up here looking at stuff. She had to use the bathroom. He had no toilet paper. Why the bitch go touch her pussy after she sucks some raggedy ass dick, peed on her hands, and wipes it on her shirt? Nasty bitch. And then when the killer finally comes, he wears an actual pig head, and he fucks her and then shoots her in the head with a dildo gun. That's what we fucking with, y'all. And I'm making it sound better. Let me tell you, it took a long time to get to that. This sounds like a 5-star movie, right? It's not. So the whole movie's a lot of fucking talking, and there are all these things about a rave, and I didn't get to see the rave, but apparently what they said, the rave wasn't really a rave, it was during daytime with the DJ. I ain't heard no rave like that, so that confused me, but you know, this is what we're here for with this movie, Pig Killer. Check it out. If you want, that's my little, I don't know, that movie was not it for me. And I heard there was some people that were there. The young girl that was there, and all the other old people that were there. The producer, I guess, was there. The old lady who was sucking and peeing on her fingers, she was there. I didn't get any pictures with them, but I wanted to. But anyways, I guess the producer said that this is the longer version, so this is going to get re-edited. They're cutting out all the dick parts, which sucks because all the good shit they're going to cut out. They need to cut out all that talking and then you'll be good. There's some kills, there's some chopping up, there's some cutting into some body parts. There's enough stuff for everyone. You could have cut this together to be more entertaining, but they didn't do that. And I'm rambling a little bit too much. Let's move on to the next movie. All right, next up, guys, is Tubi Time with Terrell. So this one I was super excited for, all right? And it is called Bed Rest. So Bed Rest stars Melissa Barrera from Scream 5 and 6. Side note, Scream 2 just had its anniversary this week, 25 years, amazing. Scream 6's trailer drops this week, so stay tuned for that. It's 59 seconds, and it's supposed to not give anything away, so side note. All right, back to Tubi Time. So Melissa Barrera, you know, she played Samantha Carpenter in Scream 5. She is the daughter of Billy Loomis, the granddaughter of Mrs. Loomis, the killer in Scream 2. And yeah, the whole timeline of fucked up relatives. Anyways, her acting was very stale to me in that movie. She's cool, but I thought maybe they'll give her more range with her being a mother and being pregnant, and maybe you could do a lot with that, right? You know, that's, you know, it's 9 months of different things happening to your body and your life. And anyways, so we get to this movie. She moves in with her husband to this new home. It's a big old mansion, you know, all these white people, well, she's not white, but you get, they all move into these mansions that be haunted. So she moves into this haunted place, and she gets this supernatural presence, but is it in her head? Is it not? They did have a kid before, but they had a miscarriage, and it was a son. She had a son. Right now, she's pregnant with a daughter. So when she's in this thing, her man's always working, so she is at the house all the time. Long story short, she falls down the stairs and she has to have bed rest. So she's stuck on this bed for like 2 or 3 months because she has like 2 months left of her pregnancy, and it's all good for her baby because if she's gonna be walking around, she might lose this baby too. So bitch, stay in the bed. So she tries to do this, but there's supernatural things happening. She sees little boys running around, and this little boy might be her son. She thinks it's her son. I don't want to spoil this too much, maybe I should because the movie's not that good. But again, her acting was still stale. It was one note. You could have had more range where she was scared. She didn't look scared. There's no jump scares. It's a horror film per se, but it's not really. It's very like Lifetime. Oh, I always say that every week, don't I? All these elevated Tubi Lifetime movies. Anyway, so it's supposed to be horror. The only jump scare that kind of got me was the black cat. So why are black cats the scary ones? And then you go through all this stuff. I'm just gonna tell you, it was a spirit. It was a spirit of a bitch who lived there who, she's a dumb bitch. She had a baby. She was pregnant and she lost the baby, right? But she had 3 other kids, 3 other boys, right? And she was so upset that she lost her baby that she killed the 3 other boys and killed her baby and killed herself in a bathtub. So she just wiped out the whole family because the one baby that died. And then she haunted the place. So she wanted her daughter because she didn't get her daughter. So here we go, her water break. Melissa Barrera, here we go, about to fight for her life. It was awful. It was no, like, the acting was just stale. I felt, girl, I hope Scream 6, you elevate that a little bit more, girl, because, well, at least we still got Gail and Kirby's back, so maybe they got people to, like, outshine her. And Tara, Jenny Ortega, Wednesday, that's where it's at. But, yeah, so, and then once all shit hits the fan, tell me tell me how could you choke a ghost? Like, how do you choke a ghost? In this movie, this bitch was choking ghosts. You can't choke a ghost. Casper, yes, it don't work. So apparently you could choke ghosts, but I don't want to spoil why, but there's something that happens. And then it just ends. Oh, when she has the baby, this is odd to me. She's all screaming, she's in a bathtub. You see the blood all over the place, but when she picks the baby up, it's clean. Bitch, how you clean the baby in 2 seconds? How the baby come out your pussy and you had to cut? This shit was clean. I know it's a movie. I know it's supernatural. Maybe there's a supernatural way to like take blood off a baby. Who knows? But yeah, that movie was an experience. I was super excited for it going in. But you know, they choking fucking ghosts here. They fucking having bloodless babies. But yeah, so if y'all want to check that out, it's on Tubi. It is free. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. All right. The next movie I want to talk about, because it's the holiday movie of the week, me and the Overlook family, we traveled down ways into the city because The Mean One hit theaters for a limited time. The Mean One is the holiday horror film that they like took the Grinch, which you couldn't even say Grinch, and they turned him into a slasher. I'm all in for this, right? All right, no. But this movie, let me tell you, this is an experience, and I read a lot of reviews afterwards. A lot of people almost walked out. One guy said 3 times he almost walked out this theater, and I get it. Very pig killer-ish. But this movie, horrible acting. Horrible acting! All right, Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, and Terrifier plays the slasher Grinch guy, or the Finch, because they couldn't say Grinch in this movie. And apparently this is the same makers of the Winnie the Pooh slasher that's dropping next year. And I don't have hopes for that now, because this shit is awful. So let me give kudos. Let me talk about some good shit. Okay, so what is good about this? All right, so Howard Thornton I thought was cool with his little like mannerisms. Even his facial mannerisms were very Jim Carrey-ish from The Grinch. And he didn't really talk, which I guess is fine because The Grinch didn't talk in the animated one. But yeah, it was weird. There's a lot of CGI, okay, guys? So there's no budget. I get it, support indie horror. But I could have recorded this better. I know it. I could have got my phone out, TikToked it up, and it would have been fine. They got all the little filters. Anyway, so the filters on this were brutal. They have pictures there's a scene with all these pictures with little Bigfoots in the background. It's pure comedy. If you see it, this shit was funny. So let me tell you, I had a lot of fun with this movie because I was cracking up at a lot of shit. The blood splatters, extremely CGI. Every blood in this whole movie is CGI'd. It splatters all over the screen. Awful. The mountains where he lives in this jungle-like thing, all CGI. Just looks so bad. And then a bitch that was climbing up in the mountain, she falls into a hole and climbs up in 2 seconds. Then later, a dude falls in the hole, and he's like, I can't get out of this. How did that bitch get out? Does she have magical powers? It's crazy. I don't know. So the big bitch, what's her name? Sarah, I think her name. I forgot her name. Cece. I don't know. From the Grinch movies. So she is moving. She had a traumatic experience when she was a young girl, and she saw what we thought was the Grinch, and she's like, "Oh, it's a monster. He killed her mama." Because the Karen came. She had the Karen haircut too. She came down trying to fight him, knock him off, and he kills her by accident. All right. And then the little girl got scared. She's terrified. She talks about a little green man that killed her mom. So then the whole movie, she comes back to town with her dad, and they're trying to get back in the Christmas spirit. She wants to face her trauma from her past, when she was a little girl, like 20 years ago, and her mom died in this house. So they go back to the house, and they decorate all Christmassy, and that's a no-no, because in this town, anything Christmas, this man gonna come slay you. So he kills, you can't even say jingle bells. You say the word jingle bells, he gonna kill you. I don't know how he hear it in them woods, in them CGI woods, but that's what he hears you. So he comes to kill you. All right, so that's the movie basically. So no, not a lot of dialogue. There's one scene that I liked, that all these Santa Claus guys came to town to this diner, and the waitress is like, oh, what do you guys want? We're about to close. They're all jolly, all excited. They want beers, and she ain't got beer. She got iced tea. Why the bitch go in the back and get a pitcher of iced tea with a bunch of beer? Bitch, are you trying to trick them or something? Like, this is weird. And then they all get sliced and diced, CGI blood. And yeah, that's that. And then Cece, this Cece is a big woman, like not big as in fat, but big as in muscular. Like this girl, I knew she was a wrestler or an MMA fighter because I feel like she could pick me up and throw me. And I'm big, and I feel like she could throw me far. Like this is a big girl. And she started prepping to go fight the Grinch, right? She wanted to go stop this once and for good because no one in the town listened to her because they all in cahoots with the Grinch and the Finch. And yeah, she makes all these little traps, very Home Alone-ish. And I don't know where she got it, but she had a candy cane gun. I don't know if she painted it. She got a lot of time in her hands. She had a rifle that was candy cane shit. Where'd you get this shit? Anyway, so that was that. The movie, I don't know. It was an experience. It's not a good movie. But if you go, I mean, have fun with it. Laugh. I mean, it's a comedy. It's a pure comedy. And check it out when it hits DVD or Blu-ray or VOD, whatever that happens. But I'm really nervous because the Winnie the Pooh one I was really excited for. And if it's anything like that, I don't know. The mean one. So David Howard Thornton, you did your thing. It was funny, but not for the right reasons. Okay, so this week, a lot of Blu-rays dropped today. A lot of stuff is arriving later, so I'll just talk about those a little bit. So this week dropped Smile, one of my favorites of the year. Not my top 5, but I had a lot of fun with this. I actually jumped a few times. It's very, 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 has an effective jump scare. But what sucks about that is the average person who watches trailers before they go to the films, they're going to be spoiled by this jump scare, so that kind of sucked. I didn't know because I didn't watch the trailer beforehand, so it was effective for me. But I don't know, this movie, it was a pretty solid film. I liked it. I'm looking forward to rewatching it. It has a lot of things there, like a lot of it's about trauma, from growing up, weird moments. I don't know. I liked it. It didn't have a happy ending, which was interesting. I do want to rewatch this with a different mindset and see what I think about this movie. Smile. And shout out to Smile Movie, because after that, they did send me that cool care package a few episodes ago with the whole Smile toothbrush set, and then the mug. I still use that, and the stickers. So cool. So shout out to Smile. All right. Also that dropped today is Ghostwatch. It's a found footage faux doc or documentary type of film. I have never seen it. I think I saw like the first like 10-15 minutes of it with the Overlook family, but I never like fully watched it. But 101 Films put out a cool deluxe edition for that, and that dropped today as well. Resurrection, a Shudder film with Rebecca Hall. That movie dropped today as well, but I'm still waiting for that. A lot of stuff. My Best Friend's Wedding dropped in 4K. Highlander, Director's Cut 4K. Best Buy has a steelbook for that. Paranorman and Coraline got re-releases. Those dropped today. It's a lot of shit. I know I'm missing some stuff, but we're gonna get into some stuff that I did pick up. So I'm gonna talk about this one first because it is holiday time, and I've been trying to watch weird ass indie and probably bad horror films, and this was only on DVD. I got it at Walmart, and it's called Jack Frost. And it looks crazy. It looks just as bad as the mean one, but I'm gonna have fun with this, I hope. So this is about Jack Frost terrorizing a family who's apparently cursed. And I liked it because it had a cool little slipcover. It was like $9, and I don't know. I added it to the holiday horror collection. And usually there's a bunch of Santa's elves and all that kind of stuff in these horror films. So I'm excited to see Jack Frost. Look at him. He's a little skinny Jack Frost. I like the ones, they're not good movies, but the Jack Frost movies from the 90s. Not the Christmas one, the Disney or whatever that was, DreamWorks, but the slasher where he's a snowman fucking people up. That was good. And he was fucking the girl in the shower or whatnot. That was the experience too. So I had to rewatch those this season. But Jack Frost, this came out this year, and I'm sure it's not that great. ITN put this out. Yeah, so check that out. And if you don't, I'm sure this is going to end up in your local Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree. I'm sure, because they get a lot of these ITN releases. All right, moving on to a bit more wholesome. I picked up Ticket to Paradise. So this stars Julia Roberts, who I love. I like Julia Roberts. And it has George Clooney. I think they've worked together in the past on The Mexican. No, that's Brad Pitt. I think they have a movie together. Runaway Bride? No. I don't know. Fact check me. They were in a movie together, so they came together again to do a film together. And, Thomas Crown's Affair. I think it was that. Anyways, I like her. My Best Friend's Wedding is one of my favorites of hers, and that dropped in 4K. I got to add that to the collection. But this stars them. I guess they used to be together, and they broke up. And I guess they have kids, or their daughter is with some dude, I guess, and they're trying to break it up. And I'm like, oh, this sounds like it could be a lot of fun, a family film adventure, and I guess like as it goes on, they're gonna probably rekindle their romance, and they think that their daughter is gonna do the same thing they did. Like she's starting too fast, getting married too fast, moving too quickly, like they did, and they feel like that she needs to not do that. So I don't know. I heard a lot of good things about this, so I'm excited. I'm excited to watch this. Ticket to Paradise that dropped today. Has some bonus features. It has never before seen clips, featurettes, and more, it says. All right. Next up is one that I missed in theaters, and I'm really highly upset that I did, because I was super excited to see this. I don't know what was happening during those weeks, but it is The Woman King. And I picked up The Woman King in 4K. The 4K exclusive. It's certified fresh, if you guys are into that. And it has the Blu-ray and the digital copy. It has over an hour of bonus features, including a featurette, filmmaker's commentary, and storytelling boards. So this is based on true events. I saw a video clip that someone sent me earlier talking about how this movie isn't factual, not these women band together to stop these colonizers or some shit. I don't know. But it's based on true events. Nobody said this movie was accurate. But it's, female empowerment. Viola Davis is amazing in almost everything she does. If y'all watch that series that she did when she played Miss Obama, Michelle Obama, when she did those lips, it was really weird, and it took me out the show. So she's still a great actress, but that was a weird, I'm glad that got canceled. She's tarnishing her brand with that. Anyway, so Viola Davis is great in this. How to Get Away with Murder. If y'all ain't seen that show, check it out. Amazing. But The Woman King, she's badass as it is, and to see her kick butt, I'm here for this, and I'm super excited to watch this. And I think this is definitely collection worthy. 4K, cool. I wish it was like a cool steelbook for this, but The Woman King, I'm looking forward to checking out. All right, so the last pickup I got this week is a pretty solid one in my opinion, and it's the Silent Night, Deadly Night collection. So this is from the Vestron series, collector series, and I collect all these regardless. I like that they're all numbered, and I like that they all have cool slip covers that have this little sheen to them. They look very nice, especially on your shelf in a row. So this is number 28 in the series, if you guys can see that there. And this has 3 discs. It's all 3 of the sequels after part 2. So it's part 3, Better Watch Out, part 4, Initiation, and part 5, The Toy Maker. So for all your holiday horror needs, or for stocking stuffers, I highly recommend picking this up. Preferably, if you guys have a Best Buy that has Blu-rays, because mine does not, Best Buy has this for only $11.99, y'all. I saw the shelf tag, people were sending it to me, but I had already ordered on Amazon, which I think it was $17 when I ordered it. But if y'all want to save some dollars, go to Best Buy while they have it in stock. They have the slip covers. Make sure you get one in pristine condition. Amazon did good because this shit's not dinged. I'm happy. But I like this. So it has all 3 sequels. They're not great sequels, I'll tell you that. The third one's about, it's like another run-of-the-mill Killer Santa. It's kind of slow. Part 4, Initiation, is about a woman trying to be introduced into a cult as their queen. I don't really remember it as much, but I remember the cult shit. And then the 5th one I kind of like, The Toy Maker, with the guy from the Ice Cream Man. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this guy here. And all 3 of the films have a lot of bonus features, which I'm really surprised by. But I really recommend this one this week, especially for $12. You can't go wrong. And it has digital copies for all 3. Like, how could you go wrong? If y'all like holiday horror, y'all like Killer Santas and all this kind of stuff, and sequels to like movies that weren't that great to begin with, that's a perfect pick. So yeah. All right, guys, so it's almost Christmas, so happy holidays to all y'all. Hopefully your month is going great. Next week, stay tuned for the Christmas episode. There's some surprises in store, so stay tuned. All right, guys, listen to the Overlook Hour wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, and you'll see me back next week. Bye.